Hello, Keller Williams Charleston. Hope you are doing great and having a wonderful day. Just wanted to send you out a quick reminder on something that's come across my radar a few times over the last couple of weeks, and that is in relation to the Repair Request Addendum, Form 525. So something that's been confusing, or not confusing, but creating a little bit of gray area is the expiration part of the Repair Request Addendum. So let's jump to that. Form 525, this is the addendum that you would use during due diligence if a buyer were requesting repairs to be done from the seller. Here's where the confusion comes in. Let's jump down to section 2, which talks about the expiration of this. So when a buyer's agent submits this to you as a listing agent with an expiration in here, the bottom line is, just so we're clear, is that does not change the terms of the contract at all. It doesn't change your due diligence timeline. It doesn't change the timeline of anything other than, hey, we want an answer by this date, because we then have to decide whether or not we're going to continue moving forward during due diligence or release the contract. This is throwing a lot of people off because listing agents are getting this and saying, well, we've got until 6 p.m. on Tuesday or whatever the due diligence day is. The challenge with that is if we're waiting to the last minute, we're not giving the buyer any time to make a decision. So if you're a listing agent and you do receive a repair request, and let's say your due diligence expires on the 15th and this expiration date on here says the 13th, that's simply the buyer's agent saying, hey, we need to get time to get a response from you. If you don't respond by this time, then we know that obviously the clock's ticking and we need to make a decision on the due diligence. So a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, if you are a listing agent and you get that, just simply explain to your seller that the reason that they're asking for it in this time frame is so they have time to have negotiation timeline as well as time to make decisions after you respond. If you're a buyer's agent and you submit this, give an expiration date in the repair addendum that gives enough time for the seller to do the research. But understand the expiration in the repair request does not change the contract at all. It is simply putting a deadline for the seller to respond. Last thing, if your seller does respond and it is after the expiration, so let's say in the expiration here they have May 15th at 5 p.m. and your seller's not able to respond until May 16th at 6 p.m. and they do accept everything, you will still need to change this expiration date in here, have it be a further date out, and then also have the buyer initial that for it to be a final ratified addendum on the contract. So I'm sure that makes it as clear as mud for most of you. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day. Appreciate you. Happy selling. Take care.